Elon Musk just completed the biggest merger in tech history. SpaceX and xAI are now one $1.25 trillion company preparing to put data centers in space. OpenAI just accused Musk of wiping evidence in their court battle, and we've got AI deepfakes of politicians, mothers at Epstein parties, students using humanizers to fool AI detectors, and the Pentagon buying AI that can lie. Welcome to another fantastic edition of AI News here on Sefini. My name is Wisdom, and for the next 15 minutes, you're getting the most intense AI news briefing on the planet, because what happened in the last 48 hours will change everything. Whether you're a developer watching your industry get revolutionized overnight, an investor trying to track billions moving at lightning speed, or someone who just wants to understand why AI is everywhere, this is for you. No jargon, no fluff, just the stories that will have you texting your friends 5 minutes from now. So let's begin with SpaceX. It's done. Elon Musk has officially merged SpaceX with his AI company xAI in a deal that creates a $1.25 trillion entity, making it the most valuable private company in the world. Bloomberg confirmed the acquisition Monday, with Musk announcing plans to build data centers in space. This marks not just next chapter, but the next book in SpaceX and xAI's mission, he said. Scaling to make a sentient sun to understand the universe and extend the light of consciousness to the stars, Musk wrote. The combined company is targeting a June IPO that could raise up to $50 billion, potentially the biggest public offering in history. Here's the strategy. So, SpaceX just asked the FCC for permission to launch 1 million satellites to create solar-powered orbital data centers. Musk claims that within 2 to 3 years, space will be the cheapest place to run AI compute, avoiding Earth's power and cooling constraints, this kind of stuff. xAI, which has been burning $1 billion per month, according to Bloomberg, gets a lifeline. So SpaceX gets guaranteed revenue from launching its own AI infrastructure satellites. Now, the deal values SpaceX at roughly $1 trillion, up from $800 billion, while xAI jumps from $230 billion to north of $250 billion. Tesla and SpaceX had each already invested $2 billion in xAI, meaning Tesla shareholders now own preferred stock in a SpaceX subsidiary. Now, critics point out xAI's Grok chatbot recently came under fire for producing sexual deepfake images and was blocked in multiple countries. Now, the Pentagon just started using Grok to analyze military intelligence, raising big questions about whether controversial AI should have access to classified data. Let's move on to OpenAI and let you know that OpenAI dropped 2 bombshells on Monday. First, they launched the Codex desktop app for Mac, a command center for AI agents that lets developers run multiple coding assistants simultaneously, automating work that used to take entire teams. Sam Altman called it the most loved internal product we've ever had. The app is free for all ChatGPT users temporarily, with over 1 million developers using Codex in the past month. It's OpenAI's direct shot at Anthropic's Claude Code, which has been stealing market share from companies like Uber, Netflix, and Spotify. But here's where it gets wild. Now, on the same day they launched Codex for Apple computers, OpenAI filed court documents accusing Musk's xAI of systematic and intentional destruction of evidence in their ongoing antitrust lawsuit. OpenAI claims xAI directed employees to use disappearing message apps like Signal and ephemeral chat tools to auto-delete communications, even though they knew they were planning to sue. Communications regarding every aspect of xAI's business went through these tools, OpenAI's lawyers wrote. The whole point was to destroy evidence. Now, the accusations come in Musk and X's antitrust lawsuit, claiming that Apple's integration of ChatGPT into iPhones gives OpenAI an unfair monopoly. OpenAI is now asking the court for a neutral judicial inspector to investigate the deletions and determine punishment. Meanwhile, a separate judge signaled Friday she may dismiss Musk's other lawsuit accusing OpenAI of stealing xAI trade secrets, calling his claims implausible. That trial was scheduled for today, February 3rd. The irony: Musk's companies are suing OpenAI for anti-competitive practices, while OpenAI accuses xAI of evidence tampering. And both cases are unfolding while Musk just merged xAI with SpaceX, creating an even bigger concentration of power. Let's cross over to Nvidia, where Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang is doubling down on OpenAI with what analysts are calling a $100 billion validation moment for the entire AI industry. Benzinga reports the bet represents Nvidia's confidence that OpenAI can deliver on its promises despite mounting competition. But OpenAI isn't satisfied. Reports has it, according to Yahoo Finance, that OpenAI is unsatisfied with Nvidia chips and is pushing for next generation hardware. The company says current GPUs can't keep up with their roadmap for GPT-6 and beyond, with OpenAI claiming they need 100 times more computing power for next-gen models. Meanwhile, Amazon is in talks to invest up to $50 billion in OpenAI, according to CNBC, which would be the largest single AI investment in history. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy and Sam Altman are personally leading negotiations. The deal would make Amazon the biggest contributor to OpenAI's fundraising round, seeking $100 billion total at an $830 billion valuation. This comes despite Amazon already investing $8 billion in Anthropic, OpenAI's main rival. Amazon's strategy appears to be bet on everyone and let the market sort it out. Snowflake also announced a $200 million deal with OpenAI per the Economic Times, bringing enterprise cloud capabilities to ChatGPT. Crossing over now to Google, where Google Cloud and Liberty Global have struck a 5-year AI partnership to deploy Google's AI tools across Liberty's telecommunications infrastructure. The Economic Times confirms the deal positions Google to power AI features for millions of telecom customers across Europe and beyond. Crossing over to Ling, where AI startup Ling raised $20 million in Series A funding to power AI agents that work through text messaging and voice. The Fast Mode reports the platform lets businesses deploy AI assistants that can handle customer interactions via SMS and phone calls without requiring apps. Let's talk some crypto now, where crypto volatility triggered $2.5 billion in Bitcoin liquidations, the Economic Times reports, as AI-driven trading algorithms amplified market swings. The event highlights now how AI is now a major force multiplier in financial market crashes. Let's go to the UK now, where the UK government has ordained Barnsley as the country's first official tech town and is planning an AI infrastructure blitz, Public Technology reports. The initiative aims to transform the Yorkshire town into an AI development hub with government-backed data centers and training programs. Let's go to Google now, where Google announced the Waxel AI speech project supporting 21 African languages. Nairametrics reports addressing the massive language gap in AI systems. The initiative aims to make AI accessible to millions of Africans whose languages have been largely ignored by major AI models. Crossing over to Mozilla, Digital Trends reports that Mozilla is letting users completely disable all AI features in Firefox if they want. The browser update includes a master switch to turn off AI suggestions, AI chatbot integrations, and AI-powered features, a direct response to users who want a completely AI-free browsing experience. Let's cross over to LG. Life's good. LG has secured a patent for agentic AI specifically designed to support scientific research. The Korean Times reports the system can autonomously design experiments, analyze results, and suggest next steps, potentially accelerating pharmaceutical and material science breakthroughs. The Linux Professional Institute reports that AI is making significant advances in 3D printing. Algorithms now able to optimize designs, predict print failures, and automatically adjust printer settings mid-job for better results. Let's talk some education now, where Times Higher Education reports Kazakhstan is using AI to challenge traditional academic hierarchies, deploying systems that can evaluate research quality independent of author prestige or institutional affiliation. The experiment could democratize academic publishing. Let's cross over to Singapore, where Singapore's President Tharman warned that the nation will face the AI challenge sooner than many other countries. Now, the Straits Times reports citing Singapore's tech-forward economy and high automation rates as both advantages and vulnerabilities. Let's talk some bizarre news now, or even controversial stories now, shall we? France 24 reports that AI-generated photos falsely showed New York State Assembly member Zoran Mamdani's mother at a party with Jeffrey Epstein. The images spread rapidly on social media, forcing Mamdani to publicly debunk them. Futurism covered how Mamdani, who's been critical of tech companies, became a target of AI-generated disinformation campaigns. The fabricated images were sophisticated enough that many people believed them initially. This is what we're dealing with now, Mamdani said. Anyone can be placed anywhere, doing anything, and it looks completely real. Dexeto reports students are now using AI humanizer tools to make AI-generated essays read less like AI, specifically to bypass detection software. The tools rephrase AI writing to include human-like errors, varied sentence structure, and colloquialisms. Teachers are in an arms race. AI detectors get better, so students use humanizers. So schools buy better detectors, so humanizers get better. Nobody's winning. Denver 7 investigates reports the FBI is warning about AI-powered romance scams that have cost Colorado residents in the United States millions. Scammers use AI-generated faces, voices, and personalities to build fake relationships, sometimes maintaining them for months before asking for money. The AI makes the scam scalable. One person can run dozens of fake relationships simultaneously, with AI handling most conversations. Really scary and creepy. WHSV reports that deepfakes specifically targeting women are becoming dramatically more common, with law enforcement struggling to keep pace. The report notes that most victims are ordinary people, not celebrities, and many don't discover the fake content exists until it's already widely distributed. XDA developers reports Adobe is killing off one of its popular apps in what's described as a likely bid to focus on AI. The move has frustrated users who relied on the legacy software and don't want AI-powered alternatives. The Tehran Times reports that AI-generated fake accounts linked to Israel are waging a digital war, spreading disinformation across social media platforms. The accounts use AI-generated profile photos and automated posting to appear as real users from various countries. Let's talk about some other bizarre news now from Google, where Extreme Tech reports a federal court ruled that a former Google engineer sold GPU and TPU trade secrets to China. This was huge last week. Now the engineer faces criminal charges for stealing confidential chip designs worth hundreds of millions in research. AtNet News reports the British Museum is facing significant backlash after announcing AI would help catalog its collection. Critics argue the museum is using AI to avoid hiring human experts and potentially replacing scholarly work with automated descriptions. Now, in a detailed investigation, TechDebt reports that 6 months of AI child abuse material crisis headlines were based on misleading data. The article examines how incomplete statistics and misinterpreted research created panic that wasn't supported by evidence. The piece argues media organizations has amplified worst-case scenarios without verifying the underlying data about AI-generated CSAM prevalence. KWTX reports residents of Elm Musk, Texas, are opposing a proposed water partnership with a planned AI data center. Locals fear the facility will drain local water resources while providing few jobs, highlighting growing community pushback against AI infrastructure. Now, separate reporting confirms Elm Musk residents are organizing against the data center, with town halls becoming heated as residents demand answers about environmental impact and community benefits. Let's talk some good things now, healthcare and research, shall we? Hospimedica reports a new AI approach dramatically improves surgical imaging, allowing surgeons to see structures during operations that were previously invisible or required separate imaging equipment. The system provides real-time enhanced visualization during procedures. Now, the Daily Mail and AFP reports that rural India is becoming a hidden backbone of global AI, with thousands of low-paid workers labeling images, transcribing audio, and training models. The workers often don't realize they are building systems that may eventually replace them. Taiwan News covered how the same pattern is emerging across developing nations, with AI training outsourced to regions with cheap labor. Disabled World reports on AI tools that are genuinely improving efficiency and independence for people with disabilities, from computer vision, helping the blind navigate, to voice AI, enabling paralyzed individuals to communicate more easily. Alright, time for you to weigh in. Drop a comment right now and tell me, does Elon Musk merging SpaceX and xAI into a 1.25 trillion space AI empire make you excited for the future, or terrified of one person controlling that much power? Are you more disturbed that students are using humanizers to fool AI detectors, or impressed by the arms race between AI and anti-AI technology? So it's like, it's like whack-a-mole for teachers. What about OpenAI accusing Musk of wiping evidence, while Musk accuses OpenAI of being a monopoly? Who's the villain in this story, actually? Very confusing. And those AI deepfakes putting politicians' mothers at Epstein parties, is that the line we finally can cross, or are we already too far gone? Maybe you think rural India training AI models for pennies while their jobs get automated is real scandal nobody's talking about. Or perhaps you're just here for the $100 billion Nvidia bet and think I'm overthinking things. Whatever your take is, the comment section is open. Tell me which story shocked you most. Tell me what I missed. Tell me I am wrong about all of it. And if you want to catch every twist in this absolute chaos before your friends do, smash the subscribe button and hit the bell, because tomorrow's bulletin is going to make today look calm. Drop your comment now. Which story hit the hardest? See you in the next one. Stay sharp and stay smart.